Galaxy. I'm your host and talkative friend Luna. Have this upside down. I'll give it a few minutes and then I'll start. Not everything I say will resonate with you, but based off of faith, we'll go from here. This reading is for Sagittarius people, Sagittarius placements, 9th house energy coming through. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and begin. We have the Queen of Swords. So you're being decisive, or somebody around you is being very decisive. If you have children, it is time for you to potentially have them sign up to see the pediatrician. There could also be certain things that change surrounding policies, where you need to sign on the dotted line coming up, so on and so forth. We have the Four of Pentacles. So you could be holding a lot of knowledge, wealth, resources, something along like a potentially property. You're holding a lot of things to yourself. It could also be paperwork you're holding to yourself. You don't want to share everything with family members, with certain people that are close to you. You want to keep your cards close to your chest. And what I'm also getting is like your future earnings. You don't want everybody to know like what's going on with you financially. We have the King of Wands. So this could potentially be your energy as well. So you could be in your masculine form, or I'm also picking up on a man. There's also Three of Swords. So something within like the childhood of this King of Wands character. Again, this could be you. If you find yourself in masculine energy, this could be, you know, just different men that you are around at this time. But there's something very deep seated here. There's something that's going on now with Uranus in your 7th house, showing you the wounds of other people and or yourself. I feel like if you find yourself in the King of Wands position, it is time for you to really funnel and channel a lot of your passion, or what I'm getting is like misguided situations. These misguided situations, it's time for you to listen closely to your heart. It's time for you to listen closely to what's also coming up in your subconscious as well. So this could also be confirmation, is what I'm getting. I do feel like you might potentially be getting advice from somebody who is also in a King of Wands position. Okay. We have the Three of Wands. I feel like the Three of Wands is coming out a lot recently, because it's just like sitting and waiting, sitting and waiting, sitting and waiting. Like, when is the tide going to turn? Can things just get to moving? Hello. See you in the chat. So, but yeah, honestly, this Three of Wands type of energy, it really just feels not just redundant, it's draining. So from the Three of Swords to the Three of Wands, but I feel like you might be going back and forth with this energy. Hello, everybody who is joining the chat. Give it a thumbs up. Oh, thank you. For people who are coming in. The shout out, Gatsley Pause, shout out. Okay. I don't really know how shout outs work. I'm sorry. But again, coming back to the reading for a second, I just feel like you might be tied into this situation where you just feel like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. But I'm saying to choose the hard place, because there's something about like the foundation where like the rock can turn into sand. I don't know why I'm getting that analogy more than anything else, but there is something eroding here for your benefit so you can move forward. So for some of you, you felt like you've hit a plateau, and or the universe wanted you to see something about your own value, what you bring to the table, how what I'm getting is nice and generous you are, because the Three of Swords, it talks about the heart. So for some of you, you have been closing yourself off to other people as well. I think your close friends, close family that you consider, and I have to be very specific about that because I know Sagittarians don't trust a lot of people, but I do feel when it comes down to who knows you, they can see you going through a rough patch, a rough time. Ooh, we have your card, Temperance. There's a gift. I'm not really sure. I'm a little confused with the chat, but on my end, it's like I see it and then it like disappears. But again, we're coming back to the Temperance card. So this is your card. So you are going to bounce back, but this is also your season as well coming up. So you could already be planning your birthday, or it's time for you to plan your birthday. It's time to plan travel, future plans. Maybe some future plans are also coming to you as well from the people around you, because they know more than anything. You just, again, you're kind of in like this funk. You don't want to be there, others don't want you to be there, but it's still a little bit of a power dynamic. It's like a push and pull. A push and pull. Okay, let me actually get an oracle message for this to break up this power dynamic that's going on. If anything, to get a spiritual message on why this is transpiring in your life right now. It says, keep your commitments and reflect on your truth. Okay. So I feel like the power dynamic lies within this. You're a Sagittarius. You're here, you're there, you're here, you're there. And you are a free spirit at heart. Now, when it comes down to your numerology, that's up to you. If somebody has a 3 or a 4 for numerology, it might be a little hard for you to reflect on your truth, because 3 energy is about learning. It's about your neighbors. It's about your siblings. With 4 energy, it can be stubborn. It can also take on its environment as well. I'm saying that again because of the 3 of Swords, 3 of Wands, but also the 4 of Pentacles that's here. With keep your commitments, if you have invested into yourself recently, I feel like that's also just like hidden away. It's hidden away from other people, but you need to keep this also close to your chest is what I'm getting, because other people are just not going to understand. People can understand a bad investment, but I think there's a few investments that you have given yourself, whether it's school, whether it's certain programs that you've been in, whether it's health. This is about you. Okay, reach for the stars at the bottom. Let me go back to the original tarot. Okay. Okay. So what else does Sagittarius need to know at this time? I also feel like you're trying to keep your patience. My hair is growing a little bit bigger. So normally for me, when that happens, especially in Leo season, it's just like you're trying to not let other people get on your nerves. You're trying to stay steadfast. I almost said stead focused, but I'm not really sure on that one. We have the 10 of Pentacles. So your family is heavy on your mind. Your generational patterns are on your mind. How to get this money is on your mind. How to make the big money. For some of you, you're not utilizing your skills enough. 10 of Swords. Some of you are not utilizing your skills. Some of you are artists. Some of you are writers. But you are afraid of the past somehow coming back around and taking this from you. So you got to go back. I'm not really sure. So like you can find this out in therapy on how to unlock this. You can talk to your trusted people about it. But I also feel like it's really hard for you to talk to quote unquote your trusted people, because that's changing. Uranus is in your 7th house. 7th house being partnership. Uranus is about change, innovation. And I think Uranus, in my way of thinking about it, is very spiritual, because some things when Uranus takes it away, it's not coming back. This could also be in death. This could be an injury. And with Sagittarians, if you've had losses recently, I'm so sorry that you've been experiencing that. But it looks like, again, you need to utilize some of the pain that you've gone through so you can slowly get to this 10 of Pentacles. So it's not going to happen overnight. If that would happen, there's a lot of change that could have happened in this world. I would even snap my fingers for you, but it looks like you really need to write down your journey, your progress, your progression. There's a few things that you might be afraid to forget that's coming through. It's time to put some of this trauma to work. Oh no, I'm just doing Sagittarius right now. Though, I will admit, I was thinking about doing Aries recently. I will not hold you. But stick around, follow the channel. I will do a live reading for Aries in the coming days. I'm just going to go in order from where I started. Yesterday was Scorpio. Today I'm going to be doing Sagittarius. Tomorrow, hopefully, I will be getting to Capricorn. I just don't want to overload my system when I also have different projects that I'm doing as well. You're a Leo? Aw, Leos. Protect yourself, for sure, because you have Pluto across from you, so it is best for you to teach about boundaries. Like, teaching yourself about boundaries is going to be like the best way to go. Okay, anything else that Sagittarius needs to know? We have the Lover's energy here. I don't want to say too much about this. Now, for some of you, you've gone through betrayals in love, and that is coming up. The universe wants your heart chakra to heal, but heal fully. It wants to heal the capacity of what you can allow in your life, because I think a lot of people who also are close to Sagittarians know that you're becoming a little jaded. And we're not here to blame you. I'm not even here to blame you. But when it comes down to the lovers from the past, it's hurtful. You're still moving on. But I also think you could be addressing codependency as well, because it's one thing to have certain betrayals. It's another thing when you have truly meshed yourself with someone else. So with the Ten of Pentacles here, that's also family. This could be pets. This could be assets. Again, coming back to property. So Six of Cups. There's something about like a childhood love here that could be coming back around, or you're hearing news about a childhood love or like a college love that has moved on or something happened to them. That's crazy. That last part, I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't know what part of you needed to be vindicated with hearing that, but this is something that you apparently need to know. Okay. We have the Emperor. So it does look like for others of you, love could be coming in, but how healed are you? Because the lovers can come in technically at any time, but if you haven't healed, it's going to be really hurtful. It's going to be really painful. Okay. So you don't want to attract from this place. I even have my own mentor, and she says the same thing. So from my mentor to you as well. So with the Lover's energy, the Six of Cups, if there is a lover that's coming back from the past who off of first glance, it looks like they have it together, I don't think they do. I think they're coming back with a lot of fortitude, but I don't believe they have the bandwidth to catch up with you. Or I also feel like there's like this taking energy. We do have Aries here, we do have Leo here. So if Sagittarius is somewhere in your chart, that's fine. But with the Aries and Leo energy here as well, all of the fire energy. So with the Leo energy, what I'm getting is you also have to be mindful with how much you share of yourself. Like, you have an open heart here, but what I'm also getting a few cards down is this Nine of Wands. So be selective at this time coming up. Your energy is potent, but there's a few things that you potentially don't see coming up. With this Aries energy, if you have Aries in your chart, and you have Sagittarius in your chart as well, be very careful with this love from the past that's coming back. There's some kind of motive that they have. So if people are being people, humans are being humans, they do want something from you. But what I'm thinking is they may want to take something that is spiritual. So be very mindful coming up. Keep your commitments for yourself. We also have Eight of Swords. So there's something here with you just not feeling happy. So if this love stuff doesn't apply, that's like its own message. Now we have the Eight of Swords. If you don't feel happy at this time, let's see what's going on. Let me get the cats out. The cats normally are pretty spot on with the kitten tarot. And then I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go for the day. Okay? Or for the evening, I should say. So 8 of Swords. What's going on with Sagittarius just not feeling happy? You just feel like other people are caught in your web. You're caught in other people's web. You might feel stagnant. You might feel like you're surrounded by like the 7 deadly sins to a degree, and you're trying to cut your way through with the truth and different things like that. So 7 of Pentacles. It feels like you're unhappy watching your money grow by itself. That's a confusing message. I'm sorry if you don't understand. I also don't understand it. Queen of Cups. So there could be some mother energy here that needs healing. Okay, with the Queen of Cups. Your nervous system doesn't feel calibrated to you being successful because there's some part of you or some person from your past that you put in authority or was naturally in authority that puts you down every time you try to succeed. And now you're carrying that around with you. Again, your close people, they know something's up. They know what's going on. But I think what's going on is you needing to figure out your capacity, how you can bring about a new abundance from your heart in terms of capacity. I don't know why, like all of a sudden I was about to like trip over myself. I think people are also kind of used to you not putting your understanding of just that before you. And for some of you, it's just like you just feel invisible and it makes you very unhappy. For some of you, you're fine with that. But like for others of you, like it really does feel very hurtful. It affects your crown, your head. You might be getting headaches other than the pressure headaches of like the heat. But it's really affecting you. We have the 5 of Wands and then we have the 8 of Cups. You've had to leave situations in the past. You've had to leave conflict in the past. You know what this also looks like? You understanding that sometimes when you're not good enough, the big quotation marks, when you also don't feel like you're good enough, that's okay. Because you are then also confronting a parental wound of just like, I'm not enough for this person, but I'm okay for myself. You can come, you know what's coming to mind? Jeanette McCurdy. You know, every single thing that she did for her mom, it never seemed like it was good enough. But the mother also just kept teaching her how to be self-hating. That's what it seems like is going on. Maybe it doesn't have to be exactly that scenario, but in terms of how you need to reteach your capacity for love, this is something that's going to be coming up. So next we have the Knight of Wands as well. And that's what's also bringing in characters that are in and out with your life. You're confronting this now. I felt like I spit. Anyway, you're confronting this now. So again, this isn't going to be like, oh, I snap my fingers and it's done. This is a process. So it can be 8 years. It can be the whole transit of Uranus in the 7th house. Or you can start rolling through some of these lessons because you understand that is part of the game, is part of the game of life that you're now confronting, especially in terms of how you keep commitments to yourself, for yourself, and where you can really reach for the stars. So this is something that's been going on underneath everything. We have the sun exposure, the Wheel of Fortune. The universe wants you to start experiencing not just pressure headaches, but it does seem as though the universe itself, as life turns, wants you to move with change. It doesn't want you to feel so held down energetically from somebody else's disposition, somebody else's projection, somebody else's harsh words, so on and so forth. But I also feel like it comes back to you as well when it comes down to harsh words. Now I know as Sagittarius, I'm not trying to like dig at any of you guys, so on and so forth, but this is like a card of sadness. we are sponges when it comes down to our environment. So yeah, when you start changing who you're around, when you start leaving certain circumstances, you probably start talking to yourself differently. You're probably a lot more happier, especially around the people who care about you, so on and so forth. They're also trying to help detox you out of this. Again, it's a process. They know it's a process, but you also have to get yourself out of this. I also feel like this is connected to your money as well. So slowly but surely, you are going to get out of this energy. But I think not acknowledging certain things about what's keeping you back, it's being brought up now. Okay. Ooh. All right, Sagittarius. We have reached the end of your message. Thank you so much for stopping by, showing your support, your likes, your comments. I'll probably watch it back in just a few minutes. The upload of this video will also be up in a few minutes. I always have it set to private first, and then I switch it over to public. So just in case you didn't catch the whole broadcast, that's okay. I'll upload it all the way soon. So whenever you're watching this, obviously it's the evening, but maybe if you're catching this at a later time, I hope you have a great morning, noon, evening, or night, and I will catch you guys next time.